For most people, a trip to Thailand is quite a journey. I live in California, so it takes about 23 to 26 hours of travel to get to Bangkok. With all that travel and my flights typically get in after midnight, I order currency from my local bank, so it's one less thing I have to worry about. It costs about $30, but it's well worth it. I always ask for new $100 bills. 72 hours before my trip, I go on and fill out my TDAC form for immigration. Always check luggage restrictions for both international and domestic flights. Sleep is really the only way to get through this much travel and to not suffer from jet lag once you arrive. There's many natural sleep aids that can help you with this. So my phone is working right away. My first stop is one of the kiosks that sell SIM cards. They'll put it in for you. It's very economical, and they're right outside the departure area. Even for a tired traveler, customs question is really easy. They want to know that you're there on vacation. They want to know where you're staying for the first couple of days and your departure date. If someone is picking you up from the airport, make sure they know where you're meeting. Avoid using the standard yellow taxis. A lot of times they don't use meters and the prices they quote are fairly high. Bolt is always a better option. Make sure the Bolt app is installed on your phone before your trip. Bolt will give you an exact price and different options from a scooter taxi all the way up to a van. If you're going directly to Pattaya or Hue Hin, you can go on the bus and it's a lot cheaper if your flight gets in early enough. The single biggest concern about safety is public intoxication. Almost every problem that you see come up in Pattaya is caused from people drinking too much. When you drink too much, you make yourself an obvious target. Have fun, but pace yourself. The roads of Thailand are no place to learn to ride a scooter. If you're not a very experienced driver, don't rent a scooter. If you do get on a scooter, whether it's a scooter taxi or with a friend, always make sure to wear a helmet. It's not only common sense, but it's the law. Cars, trucks, scooters, many people do not stop for pedestrians, even in a crosswalk, even when the lights are flashing. Even on a one-way street, look both ways. Walking on the sidewalk can be almost as treacherous as the traffic itself. Always watch where you're walking. There's always holes or rocks that are loose and things like that that can cause injury. Jewelry can make you an easy target. Always make sure to get travel insurance before your trip to Thailand. Don't drink tap water, and even use bottled water to brush your teeth if you're really sensitive. As you look for beaches to go to, always use Google to check the quality of the ocean water at that beach because it can vary significantly. I know it's hot and you worked really hard for those abs, but shirtless is only okay at the beach or the pool. Thai street food is amazing, but make sure it hasn't set out too long, especially fried food. It's always best to see the food prepared in front of you under a high heat. Grab a couple of business cards from your hotel to give to a taxi driver if you've had too much to drink. Mosquitoes seem to like one person more than another. A good mosquito repellent can help and so can increase your garlic intake. In Thailand, cash is king, and wallets make it easy for pickpockets to take your cash. So get yourself a security bag that goes over your shoulder that can't be cut. Put large amounts of money in the bag or in a money belt under your pants. Put some extra money in your pockets for easy access. Use protective sleeves over your credit cards and your passport. Don't allow people on the street to see large sums of money. It is one of the few places that if women are groping you, they're probably not trying to pick your pockets. If you have to use an ATM, pick one inside of a bank that's less likely to be tampered with. Keep track of your cash and pay attention to what you're spending. Don't exchange large sums of money on the street. Look for a mall or an inside branch. Always put cash and valuables inside your room safe. Even when you're in the room, get into a habit of doing it. If something is too big to fit in your safe, at least hide it. Scams happen all the time, everywhere. But one of the most insidious scams are really scams of the heart, to where people use your feelings of loneliness, your feelings of love against you to try to take advantage of you and steal your money. We all can sympathize with a man in this position, but there's so many videos and so much exposure on this problem and the gold diggers in Thailand that everyone should know when they're going to Thailand, this is a problem. The problem happens a lot of times because of the men themselves. Instead of looking for a Thai lady to date and fall in love with, they try to convert a bar girl into a girlfriend, which never works. The only way to ensure that you never have to deal with a gold digger is simply learn the word no. When she comes to you and says, "Can I have money for my sick buffalo?" No. "Can I have money because my mom's sick?" No. Not all Thai girls are gold diggers. Not all Thai families are moochers. But when you have to deal with one, it's bad enough you'll never forget it. The next group of scammers come from the street. This man developed a cure for big belly without diet or exercise. No matter what it is, if somebody comes up to you on the street, they're trying to sell you something. So just ignore them, say no thank you, and walk on. Whatever company they work for has to give them a commission, which means you're going to pay more for the product. It's a sad thing when your street Rolex stops working or your street wagon never starts. Never assume anything. Always ask how much something is before you order it or ask for the service. Or in this case, don't get the service that you asked for. But is it her fault or yours? Never allow someone to pull you somewhere or take you to see something that they can't explain. Hey, sexy man. The funniest thing about this is how many guys come away telling their buddy, "Hey, she thinks I'm sexy." If you're going to rent either a jet ski, a scooter, a car, anything in Thailand, make sure to document exactly the condition of the unit before you take it. Also, give a copy of a passport, not your actual passport. I could write a book on this subject. Actually, I did. Men get so overwhelmed on their first trip to Pattaya because no matter who you are, no matter where you came from, no one has ever had this much attention from women in their life. The difference between lust and love isn't clearly defined like it is at home. The difference between dating a woman and paying for pleasure isn't looked at as right or wrong. That's what makes it such a playground for men, but it's also what causes so many men to do so many stupid things. A bar is no place to fall in love. If you pay attention, you can spot your next ex-wife. The hostility, the look of superiority, there she is. Just remember, so many women to choose from. Laughter and fun goes so much further than a beautiful face and a bad attitude. You can tell a lot from the way a woman looks at you. If you haven't been in a bar before, a first best stop is talking to the mama-san. Buy her a drink and she'll let you know which ladies bar fine, how much ladies' drinks are, and everything else you need to know. Deal breakers or boundaries have to be established with anyone you see or date, as well as yourself. You have to set limits on how much you're going to spend and what you're going to do. It's all fun and games until you max out a credit card and have a stroke. You have to understand the power that women have over us. And trust me, it's not the sword. Lust is always cheaper than love, but trying to convert lust to love is the most expensive of all. Plan your night before you get to the bar and start drinking. Never date a bar girl or freelancer more than 3 days or you'll start to have feelings. Don't let the number of choices you have overwhelm you, or it could be the difference between going home alone or with someone. It's often hard to envision your future wife looking at your current girlfriend. When you talk to a bar girl about bar fines, make sure to tell her what you have in mind. You don't have to wine and dine a bar girl or take her for a night of dancing. If you just want to go back to the hotel, tell her. With alcohol flowing and a beautiful woman to look at, it's easy to start having feelings of love. But love halfway around the world can be a costly proposition that you have to consider. Speaking of love, love on the bot bus. The bot bus offers tours, a great place to meet ordinary Thai women to date. She's your captive audience until her stop comes up. That face, that smile. No wonder we're such an easy target. Practical tips: stock up on condoms before you come here. I ran out, I had to buy Thai condoms, and I figured out why Thai ladies tell American men, "You're so big." Whether it's inviting friends to your first date or ordering the most expensive thing on the menu, you have to learn to say no. Playing games in a bar can be fun, but before you start playing, establish whether you're playing for fun, money, or drink. While Westerners love activities in the sun, Thai people prefer to stay out of the sun to not tan. When booking a room and registering in person, always put that you have 2 guests to avoid a joiner fee. It's normal for them to ask for the ID of any person joining you in your room. I talked to many younger guys in America about coming to Thailand, and the biggest fear they seem to have is about lady boys. They're so afraid that they're not going to notice that a woman is a lady boy. They're going to develop feelings for her, and it isn't until they have an intimate moment they discover, surprise, she's a lady boy. That, while I'm sure it happens, that happens because of large amounts of alcohol and people not paying attention. I've never had a lady boy not be forthcoming about the fact she's a lady boy. If you've enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. You can find my book, Looking for Love in Thailand, on Amazon.com.